Hello, happy Friday. It's Taking Back Canada with Katie. Do you remember a few months ago when I did this video and I talked about how I beat my home assessment? I appealed it and won. Well, I promised that I was going to come back and teach you what to do. And I'm sorry this video's late because it's the 24th today, so you only have till the 31st to do this. If you think your house is overinflated, remember that you're paying taxes on that bloated amount, and that compounds. If you don't fight it, it just keeps getting bigger every year. And 98% of British Columbians don't appeal their home assessment. And it's easy. It's so easy. So I want to show you how. But wow, have I got an update for you. My win was short-lived. So even though I won and got my value down $48,000, and I got a refund of $329, and you know, all the paperwork to prove it that I won. When I heard the news a few weeks ago talking about that in my area, in the Caribou area, that it was going to go up about 1 to 3%. Okay, I expected that I'd probably see a little increase. I wasn't worried about it. But when I got my notice last week, they spiked our assessment value up 13% after I fought it last year and got it down 8%. So they just came back like with a big punch in the face. Oh God. That's just more about growth, because I had a meltdown. It was so upsetting. It just feels like I'm being punished for winning. And I thought, well, there must be some mistake. So on Monday, or maybe it was Tuesday, I can't remember which day, but I phoned the assessment office and I spoke to someone who seemed really helpful. And I said to her, is it possible that they applied the increase to the old amount that we were appealing and not the new amount that it was brought down to? And she said, you know, I kind of suspect that could be the case and I'm going to look into it. And I said, thank you. Okay, that's great. And she said it would be a few days. So yesterday I get a call, not from her, but from one of her colleagues. And she says, no, there's no mistake. We, you know, sometimes we don't really agree with the appeal and we just do our thing. And I'm like, what do you mean? I won fair and square. Like, I won the appeal. And now you've increased it more than double, like what it was brought down. And she said, well, I feel that we looked into it and they feel that your realtor was basing your value on what you bought it for in 2021. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Why would she spend all that time preparing an analysis and an evaluation in 2024 to help me beat my 2024 assessment and use figures from 21? Like, look, no. And then this person went quiet. And I said, this is thuggery. Like, I feel that you're punishing me for winning. Like, I'm really questioning the whole democratic process. I exercised my democratic rights, went through all 3 rounds, did all my due diligence, and I won. And you're just disregarding that. Even though they based the winning on what my realtor had to say, because in the report, they admit that the realtors in our area are 99% accurate, nailing the market. And I was greeted with silence and uncomfortable silence, cough, that, well, yeah, you know, you can appeal if you want. So yeah, they just want me to go through the whole process over that I did last year, and I won. So before you give up and think, well, I'm not doing that then, because that's just a waste of my time, hang on. I reached out to someone in the Caribou, like, I can't remember the title, sorry, I should know that, but some regional person. I actually met her at Sheldon Clare's office opening 2 weeks ago, but I didn't hear back from her. Her number doesn't work. The phone number that is in Google doesn't work. I sent an email, I didn't hear. I texted Sheldon because, you know, I volunteered and spent lots of time with him, and he's very busy right now. I just wondered if he could point me down the right track, and I didn't hear from him. So my next step was I called the ombudsman. And it gets interesting because upon hearing my story and letting me vent, she transferred me to someone. And this person, upon hearing my story, then informed me that it was going to be sent to investigations, that she feels it's a real dirty that they've done on me. So maybe there will be some justice. In the meantime, they urged me to start the appeal process again because there's only 6 days left. And in case the investigations department or person doesn't respond quickly, that I've at least not missed the deadline. So it's really frustrating. It's a good reminder, though, of what we're up against. It's a good reminder of, when I was having a pity party and yelling and swearing and having my meltdown, I also realized that they want to demoralize us. They are making it difficult, and it feels like you just can't win. And that just makes me want to fight harder. It also makes me think of all the things that the nurses went through and other people went through when they were standing up for their rights and no one was listening, like the bullying that went on a few years ago. So it just gave me a great perspective to chill out, to think, if I can't handle this, then what am I going to be able to handle that the future throws us? So that was humbling to me. And I've said my prayers, and I have emailed everything I'm telling you, like my story. I've taken that story with some snippets of information, and I've sent that on to, I don't think I heard from the first couple, but I emailed CTV and Global News, their news story tip line. And I also emailed Rebel News, True North, and Western Standard. I tried the counter signal, but I could not get through. I'm just going to try with those for now. I didn't bother reaching out to any of the big platforms. I was really grateful. This just blanked out here, but this got like 1,500 views. It was wonderful. So we'll see if I get that kind of response with this follow-up story. And after I'm done talking here, I then take the camera and I show you in my high-tech Katie way how to appeal, how to, go through the motions. And, for my privacy, obviously I couldn't sit there and tap, 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 tap and type my roll number and confidential number because I trust you guys, but there's lots of people out there that I wouldn't want them seeing that information. People can look it up, but let's not make it too easy for them. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this helps you. I think this is just one of the many ways that we can exercise our rights and fight back. So if you find this beneficial, if it's helpful, please share it. Please leave a thumbs up. I know I'm not a real big channel and I don't care so much about the numbers, but I care about people seeing this. And when you give a thumbs up or you comment or you share or you subscribe, it tells the algorithm that it needs to be looked at by other people. It'll actually push it. There's a whole rhythm and system. So thank you for listening to me beg. And now go ahead, please, and give me a thumbs up and sub. Doesn't cost you anything, and it helps get this message out. Okay, thank you so much. God bless. Happy Friday. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is type BC assessment in your Google search or whatever search engine you use. Okay? And then we're going to click on BC assessment. And we're going to go over here and you're going to go to services and products. Wow, it's like they're selling us something. Okay, appeals. Are you with me so far? Okay, we're going to read all this blah, 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 blah stuff and go right by it. And you have until January 31st, 2025. So it's important to get right on this if you want to fight it. Okay, notice of complaint appeal form to the 2025 Property Assessment Review Panel. And we're just going to go by all that. You can do the reading on your own. You're going to put in your name and information, your phone number. You're going to want your number. Select if you want it to be changed. Okay, select contact information. Select your office. So let's see what they have there. So I'm going to obviously check Prince George because I'm in the Caribou area. What else? Assessment roll number of the property you wish to appeal. So that's where you're going to take your area, jurisdiction. Now that's going to be on your assessment. So it's going to ask you for a reference number and your area, jurisdiction, your roll number. There's a confidential number here. So this area, I've got my hand on to the right, is where you're going to find some important things they're going to ask you. Right? You're going to put it in there and your address. Legal description. Primary property type for the prompt. Select property type. So what's that say? Residential. You're going to choose your reason. The value is too high. Other grounds for review. Additional information. Other comments. If you plan to use comparable sales and or photographic evidence to support your appeal, wish to share this evidence with BC Assessment prior to your hearing date, you may email those files to the assessment office for the subject property by replying to the auto email response you receive once your appeal has been filed. And I did this last year and it was easy. Like once it was filed, I just hit return and bomb them with comparisons around the neighborhood, photos of my home showing that it's not been updated since it was originally built in 1981. I showed them photos of the vacant property next door in which all the neighbors take turn mowing their lawn, so it's not a fire hazard. I took pictures of my old neighbor who put her house up for sale, and it was up for sale for 15 months until it finally sold at, like 200,000 below asking price. I think 228,000. And okay, and then you're gonna go, I affirm, I understand a copy, I've read, yes and no, and submit form. So it's honestly that simple. I would love to go through and actually click, but you don't need to see me typing my name, and I want to keep my roll number and other things confidential. So I really hope this helps. And of course, beware that I was successful winning last year and got a refund only to have them come back and stick it to me with a 13% increase. But like I said, I am doing my best to make some noise and keep fighting it. They want to make it difficult, and they want people to give up and not fight. So it's really important, instead of spending the time out buying things we don't need or on social media, there's all kinds of things we do with our time. Make the time to do this. Don't make excuses. Have someone help you if it's a struggle. Bless you. Thanks for watching.